Hello and welcome to the Handcrafted Business Show. I'm not sure if I'll ever quite get used to saying that. We will see. Okay, so today we're talking shipping, all about shipping to your customers, but how you get it to them, because at the moment we have potential Royal Mail strikes, which are going to have a massive, massive impact, particularly in November. So we're talking about that, the impact, how you're going to handle it, how you can manage it. And also, I want to talk to you about free shipping. There's a recent report that says 74% of people prefer to buy with free shipping, but obviously that doesn't necessarily work for all small businesses, particularly creative businesses. So that's a really, really important conversation that we need to have. Free shipping, do you build it in? Do you factor it into your pricing? Because obviously it isn't really free, or what do you do? We're going to talk about that as well. But let's kick straight in and start talking about the Royal Mail strikes and how you can make sure that they don't have a negative impact on your sales in this run up to Christmas, because flipping heck, there's a lot of them. Right, so Royal Mail, do you use them? Do you ship out anything using Royal Mail? Let me know in the comments below. If not, who is your courier of choice? What suppliers, what services do you use? Because if you are in the UK at the moment, or even if you're outside of the UK, if you use Royal Mail to deliver to your customers, you need to be aware of what is happening. So, can I make this any bigger? Let me see if I do. Got too big there. There we go. Right. So the latest news on industrial action is that the CWU members are taking strike action on the 30th of September and the 1st of October. Now, there's actually a lot more dates than this that's happening, but basically Royal Mail workers are not taking this lightly. They are feeling like this is the only action available to them. But if we scroll down here, you can see there's a lot more dates planned for even more. Look, even more here. That's going to have an impact on small business owners. Now, what I've done is I've plotted this so we can start to have a look and actually see how it's going to actually impact each month. So this is the key. The red are the main dates. This is where everybody's off. The purple cross are admin days, the orange cross is delivery days, and the dark red cross is the network days. September. Today is a strike day. Tomorrow is a strike day. And then there's 3 more days in October planned. You need to be obviously letting your customers know and communicating with them. But where it really becomes fun is November. November is a mess as far as small business owners who want to post out through Royal Mail are concerned. I think this is pretty much going to affect everybody. I don't see how it can't. It, to me, looks like it's been set up deliberately to have a major impact on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But what I'm hoping is I'm hoping that, and I'm sure the Royal Mail workers and the CWU are hoping that actually some agreement is going to come to before all these come to fruition. But this is going to have a horrendous impact on deliveries. The knock-on effect for other couriers as well is also going to, it's going to be an issue. So if you use Royal Mail, you're going to notice this, and they're also going into the very start of December as well. So Small Business Saturday in the UK looks at the moment like it will be unaffected. And the good news is Christmas jumper day is going to be fine as well. But this is looking one heck of a mess. Does this panic you? Does this worry you? Is this something that you're kind of going, oh, we have an awful lot going on in the UK at the moment. We've got the slump of the pound. We've got, oh, I don't know, you name it. I mean, we had an extra bank holiday thrown in, didn't we? Because we've ended up losing our queen and we now have a brand new king. And there's just so much going on. I don't think we know whether we're kind of upside down or backwards or whichever way we're facing, but we can see without doubt that November is going to be crazy. Hi Kirsty, you put, yes, I use them. Hi Helen, do you use Royal Mail? If not, who do you use? If you do use Royal Mail, I still think this is going to have an impact on other couriers, because you're going to find that there's lots of business out there who are looking at November and going, I can't manage that, and they're going off to find new suppliers. So I think that everyone is going to have this affecting them in one way or the other. I know my own courier, excuse me, my own courier, he, if I change that now, if I change that one, no, I was trying to see if I can juggle my screen, but I'm not going to. Let's do that one. That's the one I was looking for. My own courier tells me already that he knows on the 1st of September, literally deliveries go up. This is for what was Hermes, is now Every. He's actually a good guy. I know they aren't all good guys, but he's actually a really good guy. October goes up again, and November goes up again, and December, obviously the early part, jumps up again. He already sees these jumps, and they are already almost at capacity for what they can handle, because they've set up to do that. So how all these other courier companies are going to handle things being moved to them in November, I do not know. What does this mean? It means you need to adjust your delivery times. Now, one thing we do know is that if you sell through Etsy are actually pretty good. Etsy will communicate potential delays to shoppers as well. They're going to estimate delivery dates on listings that have Royal Mail as the shipping carrier in the shipping profile. But they also urge you to let your customers know as well. Ultimately, absolutely, ultimately, it is up to you to manage this. You are managing your customers' expectations. You are communicating. You are potentially looking for backup plans. But I would make it a backup plan. I would be communicating with customers and saying, this is an alternative courier, this is the next day, and this is the cost. So they are very aware and they can make the choice. The one thing I'm not doing, and I suggest you don't do, is to knock Royal Mail. Nobody is taking this lightly. They are in a position where they just do not see that there is any other options available to them. Obviously, if you have any additional cost increases, you need to include that as well. So again, let me know who you use. Let me know what you're making, what your plans are for you to be able to keep going. There's less working days without a strike than there is with some kind of strike action happening. But not only that, those other days that are left, there is the knock-on effect. It's that catch-up time that's going on. It's potentially an absolute nightmare scenario. November is one of the biggest months where you should be doing the biggest of your Christmas pushes, where you're out there doing your marketing. You have to find the fine line. You have to have that little bit of sympathy, assuming this goes ahead and isn't. I look at this and I think that this is designed to scare someone into having to take action to make sure it doesn't happen. And that's all that I can keep my fingers crossed for. But you do need to start looking at backup options. You do need to make sure your communication is in place and you are adjusting your delivery times and potentially your deadlines to take account for it. Don't absorb any extra costs. If you are going through extra couriers, give your customers the choice to make sure that they know that they can either expect delays because you use Royal Mail, and while it will reach them, it won't reach them in the same time frame, or they can have something as an alternative option. But obviously that has a separate cost involved and you can charge that to them. It's a difficult time. If we click back to this bit, it's everything they do is we're sorry for the disruption, and it is going to cause disruption. If we just scroll down here, we can see, oh no, this bit, that's what I was going to look at. Here we will deliver as many special delivery and track 24 parcels as possible. As possible means there is zero guarantee during this period, but they will prioritize them. They are also going to prioritize medical prescriptions and COVID where possible. Their advice: post your items as early as possible. That isn't always an option when you are making and you have your diary to work to and you've got orders full and you're making to order. You work to tight deadlines. So do your best here, but actually the ultimate is you're expecting late deliveries. And it does say continue to post items at post boxes or post offices. So they will still take your orders. So if we click here, special delivery guaranteed, we will continue to accept and prioritise and deliver. However, we cannot guarantee delivery of items by 9 a.m. or 1 p.m. the next day. We are suspending the next day guarantee for items sent the day before. Track to 24, which we've already looked at. Delays, items posted the day before, during, or in the days after any strike action will be subject to a delay. It kind of feels a bit obvious, doesn't it? It's just a messy, messy time. But we have to know that actually they don't want to do this. It's making their lives an awful lot harder. There's a lot of backlash for it. This isn't about knocking them. It is about managing it for you and your customers. Your customers will be well aware that this is happening. They won't be surprised. But it's just making sure that you communicate. When customers get upset, it's because you do not communicate. It's because they don't know what's going on. So just make sure you are talking to them a little bit more than normal and you adjust your messages that are out there. Royal Mail want to get the services back to normal as quickly as possible after any strike action. So, but it is going to have a knock-on effect. Of course it's going to. It's also going to have a knock-on effect because other couriers are going to be busy as well. So just bear that in mind. It's something that is crucial at this time of year. It's just so crucial. Shipping, it's how you fulfill your orders. It's how you keep your customers happy. You are using a third party for their service. And in this instance, the goalposts have moved. Things have changed. So make sure you're communicating to your customers. Obviously, if you're not using Royal Mail, then you're probably okay. But there still can be a knock-on impact because there just is. The system isn't designed to lose one big service provider. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is free shipping. Is free shipping still everything to online shoppers? This is an article from Digital Commerce 360. It's just over a week old now, but I thought it was completely relevant as we're talking about shipping. I'm not going to read the whole article to you. I will link it below if you do want to go and have a look. What I did find interesting is that a look at the Digital Commerce 360 Top 1,000 database reinforces that 74.4% of retailers have some sort of free shipping. What does that mean? Some sort of free shipping usually means spend over a certain amount and you'll get free shipping. John Lewis, I think you have to spend over £50 and then you get free shipping. And then shipping has this fixed rate of £3.95. Just 20% had unconditional free shipping for all orders. You obviously need to be mindful of that because if someone can spend £3 and get free shipping, you'll be lucky to be making any money at all. While 45.1% had free shipping where shoppers reached a dollar threshold. Obviously, this is a US audience, but it still is relevant. An awful lot of what happens in the US is mirrored in the UK. And it's just a good wake-up call, really. I mean, what shipping do you offer? Drop me a comment below and let me. How much do you charge for shipping? Do you offer free shipping? Is it something you love or hate? It seems to be a real Marmite issue. I've just realised I'm not sharing my screen, so you can't even see what I'm looking at. There you go. This is the article. Ah, dear. Still bugs. We're only on episode 2. So this is the article, and these were the facts that I was looking at just here. One of the things I really like about this, really like about this article, is how it breaks this down. So they've got this lovely little chart, which I really like. So they have website attributes shoppers look for. When I say I like it, that doesn't mean I agree with it. Which website attributes or conditions are most likely to lead you to place an order on a retail website when shopping online? Please select all that apply. Well, at the moment, free shipping is up there. 76% of people say that free shipping is really important. You need to know your customers, you need to know your audience. It isn't always suitable. But why do people like free shipping? They like free shipping because they like the clarity of pricing. There's no scary, nasty surprises at the end at the checkout. So it's a really interesting, I think it's interesting that if people are shopping a mainstream site, if they are shopping from a well-known retail business, they expect or free shipping can help them make the decision. But actually, it's more about the fact that they just know the price they're paying up front. Interestingly, the second point is the right price. Again, if you're selling handmade, if you're selling made to order, if you're selling personalized, this is going to vary completely. What on earth is the right price? You can have a maker who is selling something at rock bottom prices because they're just covering their costs. They're not trying to pay themselves. They're not really running a business. They are running a hobby that pays for itself, all the way up to somebody who has got their skills and experience up at such a high level. They are in demand that they can afford to charge almost any price that they want to. So when it comes to selling handmade, the right price is, well, it depends on what you're looking for, doesn't it? If you want something that is cheap and cheerful, not going to last, you've got no guarantees, you've got no warranties, this person might be disappeared by this time next week because this is not a true business. Or do you want someone who is well known and is worth paying that top price for? The right price depends on what they're looking for. So it has a complete variation. So again, that's a really hard conversation to have. But what I really like about the rest of this is it lists an awful lot of these instances and conditions which have an impact on the customer's decision-making process. So I would recommend go and look at this article and look through them and see what you think is important for your customers so you can prioritize that within your marketing experience, within your checkout experience, within your whole shopping experience. But free shipping, I think it comes down to it's more about the clarity of pricing. It's more about not having anything that's a scary add-on at the end. It's about your customers knowing in advance what they're going to be paying and being happy with that price. I think the fact that the right price is down here at 73%, I think it's all tied together. If somebody's buying something and they think it's 20 quid and they get to check out and postage is £15, it's like, whoa, that's £35 for that product. It's that disparity of total price that they think they're paying. So free shipping, oh, it definitely has a place. If you're doing it, you're factoring it in though. Free, it's not really an accurate description. It's no extra shipping is really the way to think of it. But yeah, you've got to make the decision what's important to your customers. And you can see here, I mean, what have we got? We've got free shipping, the right price, in-stock products, product selection, trust in the brand. That's huge if you're buying from a small independent business. That's going to be higher if this was rated on independence. Quality, quantity of product reviews, overall experience, promotions beyond free shipping. Let me make that bigger again. Beyond free shipping, ample product information and imagery, fast loading site, 29%. Make sure your sites are fast, peoples. Site search that returns relevant results, easy access to on-site customer service information, ability to contact customer service in multiple ways, including, it's gone, I haven't got that piece of information, personalized experience based on past behavior, fast checkout with pre-populated customer information, prior purchase, including subscription, support of causes important to me. I've got another article I'm going to sneak in, which might make that something that should be far higher up the rankings. Videos, including product demonstrations, the ability to finance order by paying installments, interactive tools that educate shoppers. So you can see there's an awful lot of thing in there. And this comes from BizRate Insights January 2022 conversion survey of 1,108 online shoppers. It's a relatively small group of people to be able to take this as gospel for all businesses. But I would say that if you ever want to do a survey, if you want to ask your customers what's important, this is a really good place to start for the list of information. I do find it interesting that free shipping is at the top. for general retail, for general e-commerce. Whether it would be for buying from small independent, I don't think it would be. I don't think I agree with it. But I do think it's worth bearing in mind. It's worth testing. It's worth experimenting. It's worth giving it a go and seeing if it works for your customers. But you do need to factor in the costs. So what do you do with your shipping? How much do you charge? Do you have a flat rate? Do you offer free shipping but build it into the cost? Let me know how you manage it. Now, down here, we had support of causes important to me, environment, politics, and more. 14%. So that's relatively low. But there's a article here on boutiquemagazine.co.uk that I was looking at this week. Only been out in 3 days. More shoppers are shunning fast fashion and making more sustainable choices. Now, there's a headline. Now, this is new research from Dylan Dyes, who reveals a rise in eco-conscious consumerism in the UK, with more than 3 in 4 shoppers claiming they are making sustainable fashion choices. So that means that the days of buying things in a throwaway fashion, thinking this is great for today, tomorrow I'm going to go out there and get something new, not happening as much. People are buying things with a view to what happens afterwards. You own it for a period of time, and what happens to it after that. The survey, which polled 2,000 adult consumers from the UK, so a higher group of people than the last one, reveals that nearly half of respondents are changing their habits by donating old clothes to charity, which means they still want them to be in good condition, repairing clothes, so they're buying less, or giving them away to family and friends. Again, they still want them to be in good condition. Some Brits are also shopping on the high street less in favour of visiting charity shops, buying from online marketplaces and communities, or buying from car boot sales. 17% are also upcycling their clothes and reinventing their current wardrobe. Well, there's good news there. If you can offer courses, classes, YouTube videos on how to upcycle, there's definitely opportunities there for how to teach people with how to do things. But also this bit about buying from online marketplaces and communities. If that is increasing, then be part of jumping on that bandwagon. Stress what's important to you. If you are making sustainable choices within your business, then make sure you are communicating that to your customers. I heard Snag talking on the radio the other day and saying how that they run a very sustainable business. They sell tights, and that whole ethos is about having a sustainable business, but that's actually not the thing they do their marketing on. That's just a given with what they do, but it's there all in their underlying marketing. So you need to make sure if you're making sustainable business choices, make sure they are up front and center, even if they're not the number one thing that you are hanging your hat on, your business hat on, your marketing on. What have we got? In the wake of cost of living crisis, 47% admit to being more sustainable to save money. Usually that's with a long-term vision. I'm buying this because it's going to last. 45% to help reduce wastage, and 21% to tackle climate change. So you can see there's a variety of reasons there that people are doing it. So it's really, really important. Is sustainability important to you and your business? Do you make decisions, buying decisions, when you're buying your supplies, when you're buying your materials? Do you make any of your decisions based on the impact on climate change to reduce wastage, or just to be sustainable to save more money? If you're doing it for these reasons, communicate that to your customers through your marketing. Share that information. It's absolutely crucial. Now, research from the British Heritage Fabric Dyeing Company cites that TV has influenced 1 in 5 shoppers in their decision to become more sustainable. It's definitely being encouraged right now. So if you're not already, bring it into your business. Definitely start to make moves in that direction. Think about the packaging that you use. Think about where you're buying your supplies from. Think about all of the impact that you are having. My saying right now, it sounds terrible. It sounds like right now means like I'm going to change my mind, and I'm not changing my mind. But I keep talking about making a better future. Making a better future for me is about making a better future as an individual, for me, for my family, through having my own business, but it's also about making a better future for the community, for my community, for my country. That sounds really patriotic and really weird, but it's not meant that way. But the country, and for even our planet, because it's about making good choices. It's about making a difference. It's about making an impact. It's about making a better future. So let's see if we can round this up. So we are helping Royal Mail workers have a better future by supporting the strike, by doing what we can. It's not about going out there and whinging and moaning. It's about getting proactive and seeing if, as long as you can serve your customers in a way that is proactive and looking after them. It's a responsibility that you have right now. I know you don't need it. I know you don't want it, but it's one that we've got to deal with. Shipping, how you get your products out to your customers, whether you offer free shipping or whether you have a flat rate, however it is, it's about looking after your customers. It's about getting your products or services in their hands. You need to pay attention to it. You need to look at it. You need to decide as well what other things are important to your customers. And I love this. I will pop the link below. I love this as a guide for you to start to think about it, to see which of these is important to yours. These percentages, they were right for 1,000 Americans in January 2022. I don't think they're right for in the UK right now. And I definitely think that the support of causes important to me, and that's to each individual. I think that should be way up there. But you can use this to influence your marketing and the messaging and what you're talking about, because you go, if free shipping is that important to my customers, I'm going to adopt it and I'm going to talk about it. And 76% of people in this instance would be over the moon with it. So you need to pick that for you. But this is crucial. This is a survey from the UK which proves or demonstrates that 3 in 4 shoppers are making more sustainable choices. Now, maybe a few of those are answering what they think they should be answering, because that's what people tend to do in surveys. But overall, in my experience with what I'm seeing, with the conversations I'm having with people, I think that's pretty accurate. So think about your shipping, think about being sustainable, and let's make a better future together. Because after all, isn't that what the point is of having your own creative business? I think so. So any questions, anything you've got, drop me a comment below and I'll come back and give you an answer later. I'm going to disappear right now and leave you, hopefully, to put some thought into shipping. Because I think one of the problems is, as much as I'm saying I'm going to leave you to it, I'm now launching into another part of this conversation. One of the problems is we start doing things and then we carry on doing it because it's the easiest way to do it. We just find the easiest route and we carry on with that direction. But sometimes we have to take that step back and say, is that the right thing for my business? Is it the right thing for my customers? Is it the right thing for my business? Is it the right thing for my craft? So take a step back, think about your shipping, think about sustainability, and let's hope that Royal Mail get everything that they need and everything they deserve at some point soon. So fingers crossed, these strikes don't have to happen in November, but that if they do, then actually we're right there supporting them, behind them. We're right there supporting them because they deserve everything that they're asking for, because, well, we need them, don't we, to get our parcels, our products out to our customers. Right, that's it. I shall speak to you next week. Same place, same time. Bye for now.